Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here with another 100% race. This time it's in the McLaren Round Russia, what you guys voted for, so that's what we're going to be showing you here today. Now I must say a massive thank you for all the support on the last 100% race. It hit over 700 likes in the end, which is kind of crazy, so massive thank you to you guys. And I'm going to set another challenge today because I've got some games to give away, which I'm going to be doing on my Twitter over the next couple of days for you guys. So if this video can hit 700 likes once again, I'm going to be giving away loads and loads of games over on my Twitter. So basically all you need to do, like the video, then go over and check my Twitter, and you're going to be seeing me giving away some games for PC, so that should be pretty cool. But anyway, time for this 100% race, and here we are. 5 lights are on, 5 lights are out, and away we go here in Russia in 10th position as Jensen Button. I must say one thing, we're on expert difficulty, not legend for this one, just because I tried in testing and I really was nowhere near the legend AI pace. But anyway, let's get into this, down into turn 1, and look at that, they're going 3 wide in front. We've got Vettel to get past here. Who are we going to get in front of? There's 2 Ferraris going side by side, and through turn 1 we get very sideways, and we lose a couple of positions once again. So we got past both of the Ferraris, but then on the exit of the corner we got sideways, and that didn't help out whatsoever. So now Bottas through once again, and we're back down to 8th position, so that's not too good, only just in front of Magnussen, but diving down the inside of Bottas. So that's P7, now up to the back of Fernando Alonso. This is going to be a very tough overtake here. The Ferrari is a very good car. Going to look around the outside. That's not going to happen. Now let's try and look to the inside here, as we're going to be looking. No, we're not. Yes, we are. We're looking down the inside. We dived down the inside there, gone into the corner a bit too deep. Alonso going to be challenging us on the exit. Well, actually he's not, because Bottas has went for the move on him, and Bottas has made it up to P7, and Alonso goes from 6th to 8th in one corner. That's definitely not very good for him. So now we've got Raikkonen to get ourselves into the top 5 here on lap 1. That would be an incredible start. From starting 10th to get into the top 5 would definitely be a very good start for us here in the McLaren. And as I said, we are on the expert difficulty, not on the legend difficulty. Just because I said the legend difficulty was just a little bit too hard for me around this track. At least it was when I started. Hopefully by the end of this race I'll have learnt the track well enough, so next time I can go on to legend difficulty. So that's the aim. I'm sorry about that for you guys, but hopefully it should make it a bit more of an interesting race, making it on expert. But anyway, getting down the inside of Raikkonen there, up to P5, a very good first lap there. There was a tiny bit of contact with Raikkonen, but it didn't really make any difference in the actual overtake. Up from 10th on the grid, up to P5 by the end of that, a very good start. Now we got Ricciardo, and then a few more cars in front of him, including I think both Mercedes and also a Williams, I think, of Massa there as well. You can see we're minus fuel as well, so that's not good. We've got to save that fuel, which is not good considering we're not in the fastest car already, so saving fuel is definitely going to hurt us in this first stint. But anyway, going to skip ahead a couple of laps here just to make sure we can get to the action straight away. So now we're going to be going on the attack of Ricciardo, because he's in that Red Bull, which is very good around this last sector, but he's getting a bit held up through Hamilton, which isn't so good through this last sector. We try and go around the outside, and we get a bit on the sticky tarmac on the outside, which means we can't go for the overtake there. However, Ricciardo leaves a space on the outside, and we managed to go for an overtake around the outside of Daniel Ricciardo in the penultimate turn, and we managed to get the move completed up to P4 around the outside of Ricciardo. A really good move there, in my opinion, around the outside of Ricciardo, and now up to P4. Now I've got to go and catch Lewis Hamilton, who's stuck behind Massa here, who is really not very good through this final sector. The Williams is probably one of the slower fast cars, if that makes any sense, in the last sector, just because it has so little downforce. A slight lock up there, but you can see we come visibly closed up to the back of Hamilton here, and we're going to be looking into these final turns whether we can get the move done on him. Don't think it's going to be into the braking zone here, because he doesn't leave that gap on the outside, which Danny Rick did. Look into the inside just a little bit. No, that's not going to happen though. A little bit sideways on the exit. However, we do go and set the fastest lap of the race there on that lap, so that is really good. And now we're going to have DRS as well, and we're still minus laps, which isn't good. So DRS open, Daniel Ricciardo goes and sets the fastest lap, a couple of tenths faster than me. Looking to the inside of Hamilton. No, that's a bit too optimistic to try and get the move done on him there. Now getting into his slipstream, going to look around the outside here. He's covered on the inside, so we're going to have to look to the outside here. We haven't got as much downforce as Hamilton, so going around the outside probably doesn't matter as much. Now down the inside of Hamilton, trying to go side by side. Hamilton tries to turn in. I slightly misjudged the corner there, which meant I'm going a bit too fast, which means I sort of had to go over the outside of the track, which isn't good. Now onto the back of Massa, so we pulled away ever so slightly from the cars behind. Ricciardo's actually got past Hamilton as well, so everything's changing in this top 5 now. Trying to look around the outside of Massa. We're going around the outside. It looks like it's always going to be contact. No, so I have to turn out the corner and hit the wall, which is a bit embarrassing. So yeah, I had to try and avoid Master because I thought he was actually going to sort of turn across me there. So I tried to avoid him, slid into the wall, and you can see my car's all over the place. We managed to get past Ricciardo, but the car is all over the place. It's hard to control. But we managed to get it in the straight line and keep calm and managed to get back up to the back of Massa once again. So now we've got a bit of an easier task. We're in his slipstream. We're going to get DRS as well. There we are. DRS is activated now into his slipstream. Can we go to the inside? No, we're going to make it harder for ourselves around the outside as we set some purple sector times there and up into P2. Really good move down the inside. Get it slowed down. Don't run wide or anything. And there we are. Job done. P2. Now, Rosberg for the lead of the race. So this should be a bit more interesting, but we have got DRS to help us here, and we've got a very good run going up to turn 1. Well, actually, no, this is turn 2, isn't it? Always going to get confused about that. So down to turn 2, we get the move on Rosberg, but he gets a slight overlap on the inside. So we're going to have to give him the space. We can't just cut across him because he has got a slight overlap. And you can see all the marbles are built up on the outside of the track here over the last couple of laps. Obviously, we did a similar move to Hamilton a couple of laps ago, but the marbles built up. But we still managed to get the move done, and we learnt our lesson slightly from before. We didn't go in as fast into the corner, but we still went all over the place because the marbles on our tyres. But somehow, we managed to defend from Rosberg. Even though we're all over the place with the marbles on our tyres, we still managed to keep the position. Then about 10 laps of nothing really happening. Everyone pitted. I went a couple of extra laps on my tyres, which is good. Meant that I think I was supposed to come in lap 16, 17, but I actually managed to go lap 21, or now lap 22, onto these tyres. So that's good, and I went onto a different strategy as well. Everyone else went sort of soft, or was it soft? Or no, it's option, which was medium, and I decided to go option prime, which is obviously medium hard tyres. So I've made it a bit interesting for myself. It means that I'm not going to be not as fast. Even though I run in the fast fuel mixture here, there is quite a big difference between the hard and the medium tyres in this game, and that's going to be quite hard for us, but it definitely should mean that we can go later on in the stint, as hopefully our tyres will be in better shape than the people on the medium tyres, which obviously wear down a lot faster. So here on lap 28, we've got Ricciardo and Bottas in a couple of seconds behind us here. I think Ricciardo's in DRS zone here as we head up to this turn here, which is very hard, but we make it even harder for ourselves, going over the curb, locking off both front wheels there at different times, and Ricciardo is straight onto the back of us. He's gained over a second through that last couple of corners there, which definitely wasn't good for us. It meant we were all over the place, and that definitely won't be helping our tyre life as well. It means we've locked up those tyres. Not sure whether we really get flat spots in this game, but it's definitely going to be helping. It's really overheated the tyres, which is not good whatsoever. Now Bottas and Ricciardo, and I think that's somebody else there. Who's this? Somebody off? Who's that? I think that's actually Romain Grosjean. Has gone off the track and down in last place, and I don't know what on earth he's doing. He actually did that for a couple of laps. We'll see that in the next lap as well. He was all over the place. I don't know what he was doing, but he was sort of reversing going forward. I don't know whether it's a glitch or something, but he was really doing stuff really weirdly there. But Ricciardo with a great move around the outside, and we sort of get the cut back here, but we did cut over the inside of the track, and I decided it's only fair to give him the position there. We wouldn't have been really be able to challenge for that corner really if we didn't sort of cut the corner, so I decided to do the good thing and just let him have the position and hope that we can get him back later on in the lap. Looking to the inside here, a little bit late lunge to the inside, but it wasn't working out, and that's actually really lost us a bit of time there as we tried to go down the inside, but there just wasn't really the room to do so. So it's definitely made that a little bit bad for us. So now we've lost a bit of time to Ricciardo and got Bottas, and I can't remember who is behind Bottas, but I think it's maybe a Red Bull of Vettel? I'm not too sure. That's just a guess from what I'm seeing in the mirrors. I think it looks like a Red Bull. So now, going on to this long back straight, well, it's sort of a straight. It's got a bit of a curve in it as well. I don't know, whatever. We've got DRS as well to help us out. So now we're going to try and get a little bit closer to Ricciardo, but obviously we're not going to be able to get that overtake done as he's just so far in front here. But pushing a bit more, and we've locked up both brakes again, but we somehow managed to make the corner this time, which is lucky just because we locked up both those brakes, which normally means you're going off the track. But Ricciardo getting held up here by Jules Bianchi, who in the Marussia is going obviously a lot slower than us in the faster cars here. So we get past Bianchi, and now seeing what we can do on Ricciardo, as that has definitely helped us out here. And Ricciardo should be on DRS now, but look at that Romain Grosjean. I don't know what he's doing, but he's off the track, reversing forward, reversing forward, what am I saying? Reversing, then going forward, reversing, I don't know what he's doing. And now we're in the slipstream and DRS zone of Ricciardo. Are we going to get the move done? We've got the straight line speed, we've got the better engine, and we're down the inside, going down into turn 2 on lap 30. So that's a good move on Ricciardo, going slightly wide, but that doesn't matter. Now, lap 41. Everyone else is pitted, and I could have gone to the end on these tyres. I'm not going to lie, guys. I could have gone to the end on these tyres. They were holding out really well, and I could have pulled off the 1 stop when all the AI were doing the 2 stops. So that's definitely something I think you need to be thinking about in F1 2014. The sort of alternative strategy. If the AI, or if it sort of manually or automatically sets you, to the sort of 2 stopper, think about what sort of track it is and whether you go and do the 1 stop. Definitely think about it, as it might help you out in the race. So anyway, coming into the pits, we decided to just do what strategy they were doing, because what I wanted to do is go onto the softer tyres, which are the medium tyres, and just put in some amazing lap times. That was the aim. And so there we are, the softer tyres going on, the white sidewall tyres, which are the medium, or the option. No, yeah, they are the option in this. They're so confusing. They're the option in this race, and they're also called the medium. Loads of F1 terms that you might not understand, but yeah, anyway, let's just move on. Alonso now up into 2nd place. Not too sure how he managed to pull out such amazing lap times to get into P2. Well, it was P2, and now he's down in P4. I'm not sure what Rosberg and Hamilton have pitted for their last stop. I'm not too sure what they're going on there, but anyway, this is my fastest lap of the race. You can see we've already done a 1:42.2, which is a very good lap time for me round this track in the McLaren. And now this is our fastest lap of the race. A little bit sideways through turn 2, and now going through this very long turn 3. This is going to be one of the greatest corners in Formula 1, or it's going to be known as one of the greatest corners in Formula 1. I really just enjoy being on the limit. Full on the throttle around that turn. It's just absolutely amazing. Up 2 tenths in the first sector. I've definitely done something right there, and now we've just got to try and keep that gap up. And my aim, once I saw that 1:42.279, I was like, we've got to get into the 1:41s. That's the aim now. If we can't do it, that's just that, unfortunate, but we've got to do that. Especially when I saw that first sector split, I'm like, we can do this. We can get into the 1:41s here. Rosberg 22 seconds back. I'm guessing he has actually done his stop there. I mean, you would think with 5 or so laps to go he would have already stopped for his last time. So it looks like Rosberg and Hamilton have somehow done a magic trick and somehow got into P2 and P3, and now nearly 4 tenths up through the middle sector. We're really flying here in Sochi in our McLaren as Jenson Button, and overall a really good lap here. We're on the limit, which is exactly what I want to be doing, and these softer tyres are paying dividends. We've done a really good couple of laps here. We've nearly pulled out a pit stop advantage, or the pit stop advantage over the cars behind. Remember, it was down to about 9 seconds after the pit stop, but we've nearly got it back up to the 25 seconds it was before the pit stops actually went through. So there we are. We've done a 42.233. We couldn't get under the 42s, which is unfortunate. A very bad last sector actually in comparison, but a really great lap in total there. 1:42.233 was my fastest lap of the race, and overall it was easy flying here because we managed to get a 30.4 second gap going on to the last lap on the cars behind, which is kind of crazy in on McLaren. But obviously, guys, I was on the expert difficulty, not on the legend difficulty, and I think this race has definitely taught me I can go on the legend difficulty on pretty much any track now, any car. I think I'm ready for it, and that's what I'm going to be doing my career mode on, so that should be a lot of fun. That'll be starting up later this week, guys, my career mode on F1 2014. So remember, if you're new around here and want to watch that, remember to hit the subscribe button. I'll be uploading, probably uploading daily. I don't want to promise it, but I'm hoping to be uploading daily F1 2014 career mode, at least for season 1. It's a big ask, but that's what I'm hoping to do, as I know it's sort of the big series, but I might be doing it every other day. It's going to be either every other day or every day for that career mode. Hopefully every day for you guys, but it just depends whether I can really record it. This last lap I was like, let's just go for it. Let's go for that fastest lap of the race. Let's try and get under that 1:42. But unfortunately the tyres were just going off. We still had actually a lot of fuel. I think we crossed the line with actually plus 6 laps worth of fuel, which we should have gone into the fast fuel mixture a whole lot earlier, because we only used plus 4, plus 5 laps fuel mixture in the last, what, 10, 11, 12 laps, which means I probably could have gone actually the last 20 laps on the fast fuel mixture, and this gap to Rosberg could have been even bigger. So, you know, ifs and buts, but overall we've had a great race here in Russia, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Some decent battles along the way. I know the last half of the race wasn't that exciting, but overall I think it was pretty interesting to watch, and overall I just hope that it was enjoyable to watch for you guys. And remember, if we can hit that 700 likes on this video, which I know is crazy for my channel, and I know it's a big ask, but if we can do that, I'll be giving away some games over on my Twitter, which I got in sort of a PC bundle, but a lot of the games I already had, so I thought might as well give the games away to you guys which might actually want to play them. So there we are, we got the gap over the line to 29.034 to Rosberg, so he actually gained on us I think on that last lap. But then look at that lap time, guys, nearly 2 seconds faster than Mercedes. So yeah, I think it's time to switch up to that legend difficulty for this track. And look at that, Kobayashi's DNF'd, but still finished ahead of Grosjean, who actually finished the race, because Grosjean was 15 laps behind, because he was the car at the last turn that was reversing, then going forward, reversing, going forward. I don't know what he was really doing, maybe it's a glitch or something, but he ended up, what, 15 laps behind. Kind of embarrassing for him. But yeah, that's been a really fun race to commentate over, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Good win there for Jensen, good old Jensen. Hopefully we see him in F1 next year. But that's it for this, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Let me know if you want to see more 100% races when the full game is out. But that is it, guys. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.